Hi. Also, what else happened that I've been, let's just say, lagging on the church vlogs and stuff? A, there's a Harry Potter YouTube thing I like to watch, and it always has a new episode Sunday. And B, um, B, um, I have laundry I need to do most Sundays too. So needless to say, I need to figure out a new vlogging church schedule that'll be steady. I'm thinking the best day to do it is Tuesday, week 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the month, if there's a week 5, and then week 1, just suck it up and do it on Sunday. Okay, back to Joshua chapter 23. To this day, no one has been able to withstand you, one of your roots 1,000, because the Lord your God fights for you, just as he promised. So be very careful to love the Lord your God. But if you turn away and ally yourselves with the survivors of these nations that remain among you, and if you intermarry with them and associate with them, then you may be sure that the Lord your God will no longer drive out these nations before you. Instead, they will become snares and traps for you, whips on your backs, and thorns in your eye, until you perish from this good land, which the Lord your God has given you. Now, I am about to go the way of the earth, you know with all your heart, soul, that no one of all the good promises the Lord your God gave you has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled. Not one has failed. But just as all the good things the Lord your God has promised you have come to you, so he will bring on you all the evil things he has threatened, until the Lord your God has destroyed you from this good land he has given you, if you violate the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and go and serve other gods and bow down to them. The Lord's anger will burn against you, and you will quickly perish from the good land he has given you. Okay, now finally, what we all been waiting for here is the breakdown of Joshua chapter 23 and chapter 24. Sit tight, this could get long. So, socializing question, fellowship question, morning greeting question. Who do you tend to be loyal to in life? So I put, for my answer, Harry Potter. I'm a loyal Harry Potter fan. But some other church people, when they were able to share, said family and friends. And yeah. And America. Okay. Now, Harry Potter and the Elder Wand. The wand chooses allegiance to the wizard. Boy was the wand wrong with he who must not be named. In our country, we choose who we are loyal to. Are you loyal to God? We are in a really short timeline in Israel. God is an earthly commander at the moment, an office to commander in heaven. Exodus, Numbers, Joshua, they are all finding land. Joshua leads Israel in wards. They now entered the promised land, and Joshua is now on his deathbed. There is 5 covenants in this chapter. The Messiah covenant, I think. No, Moses covenant, I think. Joshua's covenant. Sorry, can't read my handwriting. When they try to sin against the Lord and not listen to God and try to get AI, you're in a covenant relationship based on tend to the Lord. God is holy and just. God, he don't want us to worship other earthly, godly idols. Commandment, worship God. It's not dependent on your life. Your worship on God on bad days. Further on tending, we don't trust God. Not long after Joshua goes away, Israel falls back into the trap of not loving God and not trusting God. Verses 12, a snare and a trap is hunting. A trap. Don't mingle with those who don't know God. It will cause trouble mingling with people who don't know God. Don't let the outside idol affect how you meet the God of Israel. Sometimes we look through outside idols to see God. Cell phones, just one example. If anything comes close to change how you worship, God, get it out of your life. It could be sin, it could be work. It ruined the Israelites in the New Testament. The gospel is the assurance that God's anger has been quenched if you are a Christian. If you are not a Christian, yes, God is holy, but it won't be a good judgment for you. Don't let anything in your life cloud how you see Jesus. Joy is God's anger quenched for Christians. Okay. Next question. What is your favorite chapter we covered in all of Joshua? For me, I put chapter 4 was my favorite, and now moving on to chapter 4, breakdown. Verses 14 to the end. As for me, I will serve God in my house. Joshua asked, who are you going to be tending to? It's the same question in 2024. Who are you going to be tending to? I know the person who have actually died for me. Okay, bye, y'all.